All right, everybody, this is Richard Morris again from American Contractor. Just want to give out this special video out here. Breaking news. Breaking news, got U.S. launches airstrikes against Iran-backed militants. Today's June 27th, 2021. Apparently this happened about, I think, 1 o'clock a.m. local time, local Iraq time. But we'll get into this really quick. It's from the New York Post. This is from the New York Post here, article. U.S. launches airstrikes against Iran-backed militants in Syria and Iraq on Sunday in response to drone attacks against American troops and facilities in Iraq, the Pentagon said. President Biden ordered attacks on 2 targets in Syria and 1 in Iraq near the border with 2 countries. Quote, as demonstrated by this evening's strikes, President Biden has been clear that he will act to protect U.S. personnel. Given the ongoing series of attacks by Iran-backed groups targeting U.S. interests in Iraq, the president directed further military action to disrupt and deter such attacks. The U.S. was justified in the airstrikes under international law as a matter of self-defense, he stated. There was no information about the amount of people killed in the airstrikes, but Kirby said the president took the action under his authority, quote, to protect U.S. personnel in Iraq, unquote, in domestic law. The sites that were attacked were used for operational and weapons storage by militia groups, including Kataib Hezbollah and the Kataib Saeed el-Shuhada, Kirby said. Quote, we are in Iraq at the invitation of the government of Iraq for the sole purpose of assisting the Iraqi security forces in their efforts to defeat ISIS, Kirby said in his statement. Quote, the United States took necessary, appropriate, and deliberate action designed to limit the risk of escalation, but also to send a clear and unambiguous deterrent message, he went on. Quote, the strikes are both necessary to address the threat and appropriately limited in scope. I haven't seen the BDA, what we call the Military Battle Damage Assessment. I haven't seen anything yet been published. Still dark time over there. Let's look at what time it is in Baghdad. It's 4:22 in the morning. If you look at this right here, it's 4:22 a.m. time, Baghdad. We're going to pretty much wait, I said, about another hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes. About 5:30 in the morning, starts getting light out there, and then we'll start seeing what the damage is done by the U.S. Air Force. Let me go to another article here. This is our our Defense Secretary. Let's see what he says here. I don't know if you can read, if you hear this. If you can make a comment below if you can hear this video, but you can read the subtitles there. But this is significant. Now we got to watch the oil prices. Remember, I told you that the military-industrial complex, they love the oil prices to go up. So let's look at what the oil price is at right now. We're going to show you. If you have any questions, if you have anything you want to add, any comments, please put them in there. If audio's not coming through, appreciate it. Somebody let me know if my audio's going okay. I'm trying to get this. Okay, oil prices. Let's look at some oil prices. $74 right now for the WTI crude. Brent crude, $76. $76. This will go up just based on that strike alone. Remember the powers to be, they want this oil price to go up to at least $100 or more. That is what they're comfortable with, and they'll do anything they can to get it up there, including when they do strikes like this by the president. What's important about this is that this just came after the G7 launch in Europe when Biden and Putin left. Had their meeting and they left. Don't think it went very well. Now this is Biden. He's kind of maybe puffing out his chest, saying, "Hey, we can do this." I'm just curious to see if the strikes did a whole lot of damage or just very little damage at all. But we won't know that for another hour and a half when it gets light out there and they start distributing the images of what's going on in Iraq. So if you have any questions, feel free to make a comment. We got several people in the room. If I'm coming through, my audio's coming good, let me know. But this is important news. It's amazing how they wait in the media until about, I'd say an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half ago, they publish it. When these airstrikes happened about 1 a.m, Baghdad time. So if that was 1 o'clock in the morning, it's probably about 9 a.m, Sunday morning here. But they kept it quiet. And here's the Department of Defense statement. Let's go ahead and read this statement by the Department of Defense, June 27, 2021. This is by John Kirby, the spokesperson. At President Biden's direction, U.S. military forces earlier this evening conducted defensive precision airstrikes against facilities used by Iran-backed militia groups in the Iraq Syria border region. The targets were selected because these facilities are utilized by Iran-backed militias that are engaged in unmanned aerial vehicle attacks against U.S. personnel and facilities in Iraq. So these are the targets right here, these two groups, which are the most dangerous ones in Iraq. These guys right here. They are the most dangerous in Iraq. And these two groups right here, if you didn't know, in Iraq, the Iraqi government, they're pretty much fearful of them. They pretty much control a large part of what's going on in Iraq. Just those two groups right there. And yes, they have Iraqi politicians that are backed or associated at high levels with these two groups. Guarantee it. So anybody got any questions about anything? Just go and put your questions in the chat. Yeah, all the major news right now is covering this strike. Here's another one from Yahoo News. Like I said, oil prices $74 WTI crude, $76 at Brent crude. Yeah, they're just going to go up. So we're going to pay attention to this. And just like I said, this is a live YouTube. I'll be doing this more often. Get back into the groove of things. It's 4:22 in the morning, Baghdad time. But like I said, they want this oil price to go up at least to $100 as the target price. I see some people in the live chat. Please make a comment if you like. But other than that, there's nobody want to say anything. Then, hey, I'm going to go ahead and end this. But I appreciate it. Maybe back on later. Give you an update on what's happening. Oh, I got a comment. Okay. All right, JB, I appreciate it. You saying hi. You're the only one that's brave enough to do it. I promise you I don't bite. turned in late. I'm going to replay. Hey, appreciate it, JB. And just if you have any more questions, just put them in below. But I'm going to end this. I'm going to keep a watch on this because there's going to be retaliation. It's be really curious to see what happens with the Iraqi government. Like I said, those two Hezbollah groups, they pretty much carry a lot of weight, some serious weight in Iraq. We'll see how the Iraqi prime minister reacts to this. They had to go along with it, obviously, because the United States is there, has troops inside there. Under international law, they're allowed to, act in self-defense. They did have some UAV attacks against their facilities, Al Assad Air Base, the Balad Air Base also. Lockheed Martin, they just left Balad Air Base, and Lockheed Martin just pulled out. So that was the maintenance personnel and facilities that were kept the F-15s for Iraqi Air Force up to date and kept them flying. But that's all been squashed because of these attacks. So what we have here is we have the Iraqi government putting pressure on the United States, like, hey, you better do something because we want our F-15s back and we want Lockheed Martin back in country and do all these maintenance and, doing services on our Iraqi Air Force, Iraqi F-15s that we bought, the United States taxpayers bought for the Iraqi Air Force. But it'd be interesting to see what happens with the Iranian government and see if they retaliate or not. But thank you for watching and just talk to you later. Thank you.